A steel handrail went through her body, through her pelvis, out the other side. She was 18 years old, lying in the wreckage of a bus, covered in gold dust from a packet a house painter had been carrying. She looked, according to witnesses, like a broken dancer, glittering and destroyed. That was the moment Frida Kahlo became Frida Kahlo. She was born Magdalena Carmen Frida Kahlo y Calderón on July 6, 1907, in Coyoacán, a quiet district on the southern edge of Mexico City. Her father, Guillermo, was a German-born photographer who had emigrated to Mexico in 1891, though Frida sometimes claimed Hungarian Jewish ancestry for him. Her mother, Matilde, was of mixed indigenous and Spanish descent, devoutly Catholic, strict, and, by Frida's own account, not warm. Frida was the third of 4 daughters. The household was not wealthy, but it was cultured. Guillermo kept a library. He taught Frida to use a camera, to develop photographs, to observe small things with precision. She later said her father gave her the most important thing a parent can give: attention. At 6, she contracted polio. Her right leg withered. The other children called her pata de palo, peg leg. She hid the leg under long skirts for the rest of her life. But she did not retreat. She ran, she swam, she boxed, she wrestled. She fought the body that kept betraying her. And this fight never stopped. In 1922, at 15, she enrolled at the National Preparatory School in Mexico City, one of only 35 girls among 2,000 students. She was brilliant, sharp-tongued, and fearless. She wanted to become a doctor. She joined a group of young intellectuals who called themselves the cachuchas, after the caps they wore. They read Hegel, debated Marx, pulled elaborate pranks on their teachers. It was at the preparatory school that she first saw Diego Rivera. He was already famous, in his mid-30s, enormous, painting a mural on a lecture hall wall. Frida reportedly told a friend she would have his baby one day. She was 15. He barely noticed her. Then came September 17th, 1925. Frida was riding a wooden frame bus home from school. A trolley car struck the bus broadside, splintering it. A steel handrail pierced her left hip and came out through her pelvis. Her spinal column was broken in 3 places, her collarbone, 2 ribs, her right leg in 11 places. Her right foot was crushed, her left shoulder dislocated. She was 18. The doctors did not expect her to walk again. Some did not expect her to survive the night. She survived. But she spent the next year in a full body cast, flat on her back, in her parents' house in Coyoacán. Her mother had a special easel built that fit over her bed, and mounted a mirror on the ceiling above her. Frida began to paint. She painted what she could see, herself. "I paint myself because I am so often alone," she later said, "and because I am the subject I know best." Over the next 2 years, she taught herself. She had no formal training. She studied Italian Renaissance painters from books, Mexican folk art from the streets, and her own face from that mirror. By 1928, she had produced several self-portraits that were startlingly original, raw, detailed, almost confrontational. They did not look like anything else being painted in Mexico. She brought them to Diego Rivera. Rivera was by then the most celebrated painter in the country, a giant of the Mexican muralist movement, politically connected, physically massive, legendarily unfaithful. He looked at her work, and he recognized something immediately. "The canvases revealed an unusual energy of expression," he later wrote. He became her mentor, then her lover. They married on August 21, 1929. She was 22, he was 42. Her mother called it the marriage between an elephant and a dove. The marriage was passionate, destructive, and creatively essential to both of them. Rivera had affairs constantly, including, devastatingly, with Frida's younger sister Cristina. Frida had affairs of her own, with men and women, including, according to well-documented accounts, Leon Trotsky. They divorced in 1939. They remarried in 1940. The second time, Frida set conditions: no intimate relations, separate finances. Rivera agreed. Through all of this, she painted. Her work was unlike anything in the Western art world at the time. While Rivera painted enormous murals celebrating Mexican history, Frida painted small, intensely personal canvases: her broken body, her miscarriages, her pain, her ancestry, her pets. She combined the vivid colors of Mexican folk art with surreal, sometimes violent imagery: a deer pierced with arrows, a heart removed from the chest and placed on a dinner table, her own spine replaced with a crumbling column. André Breton, the founder of Surrealism, saw her work in 1938 and declared her a surrealist. Frida rejected the label. "They thought I was a surrealist," she said, "but I wasn't. I never painted dreams. I painted my own reality." That same year, she had her first solo exhibition at the Julian Levy Gallery in New York. It sold well. The following year, the Louvre purchased one of her self-portraits. She was the first 20th century Mexican artist to have a work acquired by the Louvre. But recognition did not bring relief. Throughout the 1940s, her health deteriorated relentlessly. She had over 30 surgeries in her lifetime. Some sources say as many as 35. Bone grafts, spinal fusions, amputations. In 1953, her right leg was amputated below the knee. She wrote in her diary, "Feet, what do I need them for if I have wings to fly?" That same year, she was given her first solo exhibition in Mexico, at the Galeria Arte Contemporáneo in Mexico City. She was so ill that doctors told her she could not attend. She had her 4-poster bed delivered to the gallery. An ambulance brought her. She arrived on a stretcher, was placed in the bed, and greeted every guest from there. It is said that she drank, sang, and held court until the early hours. She died on July 13, 1954. She was 47. The official cause was a pulmonary embolism. Some biographers, including Hayden Herrera, have suggested suicide. Her diary entry from the night before reads, "I hope the exit is joyful, and I hope never to return." Diego Rivera reportedly said her death was the most tragic event of his life. He died 3 years later. For decades after her death, Frida Kahlo was known primarily as Diego Rivera's wife. That changed. Slowly at first, then completely. By the 1980s, she had become an icon of feminism, of Mexican identity, of queer visibility, of artistic defiance in the face of physical suffering. Her face appeared on postage stamps, on t-shirts, on murals in cities she never visited. Today, she holds the record for the highest price ever paid for Latin American artwork. Her painting, El Sueño, Cama, sold at Sotheby's in November 2025 for $54.7 million, shattering the previous record set by her own Diego Rivera just 4 years earlier. A steel handrail went through her body when she was 18. She spent the rest of her life turning that wreckage into paint. Not because she wanted to be an artist, because there was nothing else she could do, lying on her back, staring at her own reflection. She painted what she saw, and what she saw was enough. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe for more.